my name is Lindsay Burke, and I hate art. Or at least that's the story that I told myself for approximately 30 years while I was growing up. And I had an environment where judgmentalism and different forms of violence were present, so it was easy to just live with a sense of low self-esteem and a lot of mental and emotional turmoil. Any small attempts to create visual works of art were immediately pushed away by saying, "This is no good, I hate art." This went on and on and on and on until one day I was riding my bicycle. My tire got stuck in a crack and I went flying face first at a high speed into the pavement. This left me with a minor traumatic brain injury and a double compound fracture, which was just a fancy way of saying that this arm was completely hanging off. During the post-surgery recovery in the hospital, there was a moment upon waking where it felt like my mind and my soul had slipped into something like another dimension. I worked with a trauma recovery coach, and she helped me to dig up old fears and sit with them and really embrace them. This practice really helped me feel like the world was a much deeper, brighter, and more colorful place than I had ever seen before. It was both this vision and sitting with these fears that I felt like I had to make a new commitment into sharing the lightness and the brightness that had been experienced, especially like this. I was finally ready to overcome that old story and decide that I could learn to paint and I could learn artistic and entrepreneurial skills. Thank you, Fresh Arts. The artwork sales and the production in my studio began to grow, and people began to commission me to do artworks for them as well. I also felt like the emotional and mental turbulence finally began to diminish. It was very exciting. The practice in my art studio for the past year and a half has largely focused on doing these series of 12 paintings all at once. They're filmed as a time-lapse video, and this process really allows me to not get stuck on any one painting. I can add a lot of layers, I love to work quickly, and I don't get stuck on any form or any place in any of the paintings, I just keep going. Each one of these series has allowed me to focus on a different spiritual theme, things like forgiveness, embracing our cultural and religious differences, and stuff like just laughing at ourselves. In this series, I had a discussion in the video that introduced these paintings that talked about how my childhood had included something like suicidal thoughts, which I eventually overcame by allowing not only others to show me love, but to grow in self-love by following the call of my heart. Another thing I like to do in the introduction videos is to show close-ups and my process of the work, because one of the most exciting things I've learned by being an artist is that it doesn't have to be perfect to be beautiful. And so I like to inspire other people by showing them that these squiggly lines and these imperfect shapes and forms can turn out to be something of a really high value. This next series has the usual floral elements that are often used in my work, but I also included a geometrical form, which is a new thing in my art, and I feel like it works on the heart level to help the viewer feel either peace or joy or whatever kind of emotion is going to fulfill them that day. I cover up these geometrical forms in my work, but I know that they're there and working on a subconscious level. I'm really excited to expand this practice, to do more works like that, and continue doing murals and other commissions. And I hope it's apparent by now that the new mantra for me is, I love art. I've been Lindsay Burke, and I'm a visual artist. Please follow me on Instagram at linsso_electric or search my name on YouTube. Thanks so much for being here.